the big one about can anyone learn to sing? The myth is that not everyone can learn to sing, that you're either born with it or you're not.
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
Look, let's not go down the does talent really exist rabbit hole. I'll just leave that one. That's a whole other session, right? I believe that everybody can learn to sing. So if an exercise physiologist saw me walk down the street and I was, wanting to improve my walking so I could walk for longer distances at a time, and they could see that there was something I could change in the way that I walk and the way I use my muscles to walk better, more efficiently, and get more joy and more longevity out of it. Is that possible for me to change? Absolutely. And I think voices are the same. Is there something that we can help support you with to make your experience of singing more joyful, more sustainable, more flexible, and more vibrant in the way you tell a story? Then the answer is yes. Will those improvements automatically equal your favorite recording artist? Maybe not. But I think everybody can learn to sing better. And it's just a question of, what kind of life experience really you bring to the table as to where you start from and where you end from.
That's the rub though, right? When people hear ones like us say everyone can learn to sing, they immediately go to the extreme and go, you can make me sound like Beyonce or Tori Kelly, or you name your favourite artist, and that's actually, that's absurd. Can anyone learn to sing? Yes, but to the degree that person will be capable of, and it's like you just said, it's a matter of that exploration of what pretty much everyone that steps into my studio is not realising their full vocal potential.
100%.
And so, to start exploring that full vocal potential, one has to step onto the idea that anyone can learn to improve their voice. That's, I think, always important, that the orientation of a learner is realistic.
Yeah.
A big part of my teaching, I find, is about managing expectations. I don't have a magic wand here, people. Like, it's, and by the way, you will have to practice. What we do in lesson is just the signpost. You're the one that has to go and do the work.
Yeah. And I just throw in that I think one of the things I do love to spend time with people in their first lesson or two is to unpack what the role of music was in their young life. Was there a lot of music in the home? Was music played by other artists? Were there siblings who learned musical instruments? Did you learn a musical instrument? What role has music played in general, not just in singing specific things? Because that quite often creates a really strong template that we begin from. And the parts of the brain that have to be kind of activated and enlivened to encourage good singing, and singing that the general public would deem to be good singing, often comes from a really rich listening background. And we know a lot about, the neuroplasticity of the brain in childhood and stuff like that. So there's some really fascinating, myths to be debunked around the influence of music, in our life on the type of musician we might be going forward. But I have never met a single person that could not change what they were doing with their singing voice from determination. And that's where that lovely idea of grit often goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we apply the concept of grit, I think it does empower us to go much further in that process of exploration, right?